Before I had a heart attack on the evening of New Year's Eve, life was good. I mean, I'm an active person. I have 3 teenagers. Um, I have a business. I'm very involved with my community. I never had any kind of symptoms or signs of possible heart problems. I never really thought I had to worry about that. I was always in shape. I used to do a lot of triathlons in my life, and I would eat healthy as much as I could. Just like everyone else, we enjoy our not so healthy meals, but everything was good. I was in a good place. It's important to remember for the actual New Year's Eve. I unfortunately have no recollection of what happened. It's all my family's accounts, my wife accounting. I have a Ring doorbell camera that kind of helped me understand what happened. And New Year's Eve, we get together with our neighbors and their kids. We have a big party at the house every year, and this year was at my house. Um, didn't have any problems the whole night. About 12:30, my wife told me I started complaining of really severe chest pain, almost like an elephant on my chest, and arm pain. And I was just very uncomfortable. And I started perspiring, heavy perspiration. And we all knew I knew something was, she told me something was not right. And within a minute, she told me she and I agreed to call 911. She gave me an aspirin. She calls 911. I go outside to get some fresh air on my front porch. She's outside with me. As what I saw on my Ring camera, she's talking to 911. She's very calm. Everyone else kept the kids out of the way just so they couldn't see what was going on. Nobody knew. Right now, I just had chest pain. I wasn't falling over or anything at that point. A friend of mine came outside to see how I was doing, and she was on the phone about 3 minutes with the dispatch. And I turned to her. I said, they need to get here now. I got on one knee and I went in full cardiac arrest. I collapsed in front of her. My friend kept me on my side. We did not perform CPR at that time. I believe my friend thought I was making noises, and she probably thought I was still breathing. My wife kept it together the best she could and stayed on the phone with the dispatch and told them what happened. And what I learned, it actually elevated the call from a person with chest pain to someone who collapsed. And instead of two paramedics, six came out. And it was a few minutes later when they showed up after I collapsed. And right away, the first paramedic on scene immediately started compressions. And all six of them were working on me right away. They had me hooked up to an EKG leads. And at some point I was in AFib, and I've learned all this since. I was in AFib, and they had to shock my rhythm back, and they got me breathing again within a few minutes. Saved my life. So many things saved my life that night. And the first one was agreeing with my wife to call 911. I know that many people would go lay down or go for a walk or get a drink of water. If you know your body, you know something is wrong. There's no reason not to call 911. And if we would have waited until I collapsed to call 911, I would highly likely not be here today. It turned out I had a 100% blockage in what they call the LAD artery, which is known as the Widowmaker for a good reason. Thankfully, I did not have to live up to that title. But I was in bad shape. I was transferred down to Northwestern Hospital in Chicago. I spent most of January there recovering from other complications. And I think my lucky stars, every day that we called 911 and Countryside Fire Department showed up when they did and did an amazing job. They saved my life. My wife saved my life calling 911. Countryside Paramedics saved my life that night and got me to where I needed to go. And right now, I'm still in recovery phase. I do have I do have damage, unfortunately, that will probably be with me. That will be with me forever. But I'm alive, and I've done my cardiac rehab, and I'm still trying to. I'm just kind of taking it a little easier now. I really have to be careful with what I eat. You got to take your medications, and you got to exercise, and just take care of your body. If something's not right, go see a doctor. If something is severe, call 911. And I would used to go see a doctor. I get my physical every year. I wasn't bashful. And everything seemed okay. You never know what happens. You'll never know what happens tomorrow. So after the incident, and after I recovered, I was home, started to work again. It was very important for me to everyone who's at my house that night to get CPR certified. And Countryside so graciously hosted us. There's about 14 of us, including a lot of our teenagers who were at the party, and had a 3-hour class. And it was a phenomenal class. It was taught very well. And you have to understand, when you may need to use CPR, it's highly likely you're going to need to use it on someone you know, or one of your loved ones. And just to take a 3-hour class for a nominal fee that's offered once a month, there's almost really no reason not to do it. You should set a goal for yourself. In 2 months' time, I'm going to be CPR and AED certified. And when you go into places, look around, see if there's an AED, just so you know. You go into Target, you know where the AED is. You go into the school, you know where the AED is. We go to the local athletic complex over here at the VHAC, where the AEDs are, because you never know when you'll need it. There's a lot of people that wouldn't, like myself, never would thought they would find myself in this position. But I'm a very big advocate now of getting certified as a CPR, getting CPR certified, how to use an AED, because it can save a life. And I've said this before, CPR didn't just save my life, it saved my family's life too, because we're still complete. And I just know that I'm one of the fortunate ones. And there's a lot of unfortunate people that may have benefited if someone knew CPR. So please, Countryside Fire Protection District, it's on their website. Every month they're hosting classes. I encourage everyone. My goal, I would love to see as a goal, at least one person every household be CPR and AED certified.